Generic greetings and welcome back to Satisfactory, where in the previous episode we sorted this out, which is our transportation solution system for rotors and the copper cable, which as you can see is coming down all the way to our steel factory, which is over there, and that's where we'll be producing the rotors and combining, we're going to be combining the rotors that we're bringing along with the stators that we make up there, and then finally combine into motors, which will then allow us to get tier 5 and 6, which is a whole different ball game. Also, it would be nice if we could get this thing here, which is logistics level 3, which requires, as you can see, motors, which we currently haven't got. So let's crack on with all of that. Now, obviously, there's been some comments about the supply and demand and stuff like that, and basically we need it, we need a lot more belts and all that sort of thing. And yeah, the biggest downside with this factory at the moment, as far as I can tell, is quite frankly we're not producing as much as we need for really for a lot of the higher tier resources. So I mean, although we've got a lot of these assemblers and stuff around here, constructors and then going to assemblers rather, we don't have a hell of a lot of the modular frames, nor do we have a lot of the other stuff, and that is, well, you can look at two ways. It's either it's a time problem and you have to just wait longer for the stuff, but you will get it eventually, because in terms of resources we're quite efficient with them. We're not massively overclocking anything or anything like that. Or you can say, well, we need to massively ramp up the production, which we can do, but it also requires building a lot more in different places, and I don't know how we'll get on with that one. Anyway, so this is where we're going to be having our production for the stators and the rotors. So for the, let's just plot one of these down. For the stator, requires the steel pipe as well as the wire, and it's 60 wire, so we're bringing 120 in total, so basically we want 2 of these, and because it requires 18 steel pipe, each one of these is producing 15. We probably can overclock them, but it means overclocking all the back stuff as well. So from here we will place some splitters, so the splitters will be directly aligned with this, so we'll place it there, and we'll do the same thing on the other side, because that is going to require it also. We should have more than enough belt for what we require here. Oh, sorry, I don't need that one there. I only need it from the first one. That's right. Do I want to put it on the far left though? Actually, I think I do. I think I want to keep that one open, because this one is producing the steel beams, but we will be changing that up, or rather adding on top of it to produce some of the reinforced ones, which requires concrete. But anyway, that's a future us problem. Current us is focusing on the splitter here. So the splitter goes in there, and means bringing the resources further in, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then that will go over to two assemblers. So assemblers in here, and we'll rotate that around again. We will align these as best we can. That looks about right. I'll place it so that the output for the far left, I'm not going to be able to get up there, am I? We'll go up here. The far left will be aligned with that one, like so. Come on. There we go. Little hologram showing us what the deal is. And the other one will go there. And then from there to there, and from there, we're going to have to be a bit careful here. I'm going to make it go there and then over to there, because I want to make sure that we can bring stuff out here, which looks like we can. Right, so we need to bring these resources over. Actually, specifically, we need to bring over the copper wire. So that's fine. So both these are set to the stators, and we will, I think, just might as well power it up as well while we're here. Obviously, just a matter of convenience, you understand. And then that'll have to connect to, there should be a spare power line. Over there is, yes. What I'll do then is I'll place this here and then to there, just because it connects a little bit better. So those are now on, and obviously not producing because we don't have the pipe, but we do need to bring the copper over, which is going to come in along here. So what we'll do, once again, we'll place some of these like risers, these pole stackables, and from the top along to there, and I don't think it's nowhere near straight, is it? No, it's not. Oh well, no. We'll place it... Yeah, I might redo that actually, because that's not level at all. There and there. And straight across to there and there. And then I'll just make sure... Actually, we don't need two, we just need the one. That can fit in there. That fits into there, and that fits into there. Yep, that is fine, although I've got that going the wrong way. No, it was fine. It's because it's the under one. Getting confused. Not that it takes much. Right. There, I think. Like everything in the factory, it can always be changed if need be. Hang on. Stop. I'm gonna have to drop this down first and then split it, aren't I? The question is, can you place splitters up on top of them things? I don't know, because I've never done it. Doesn't look like. Okay. Shame. Because we need to split it there. And then bring it on top. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. No. Just a distance problem. Needs to go further back. Although what I might do, honestly, is not put it there. Splitter. That's a smelter. Splitter. See if that works. Yeah. The reason I've done it this way is otherwise it would be interfering with this, like getting the resources out there, and I really don't want that. So that should hopefully be this now producing some stators. You can see all of the copper cable coming down. It'll go to the splitter and then go into each one of these, and it is 60 a minute. So I checked down there, and that was producing a total of 12 rotors a minute, and this is going to be producing a total of 12 stators a minute. So basically, once it comes out of here, it then goes straight into another constructor, which I will place, come on, in between the two. That's not one of those, so we want an assembler. Do you want to place it in between the two, or do we not? I guess that's exactly what it's going to be doing, but I think lining it up is generally considered to be a better, just of better form. No, we need to merge them, don't we? Of course. Okay, we'll just put a merger in there then. So merger can go in there. Like so. And then ahead of that, an assembler. Just lining up the output correctly. Right. And then we can have a stackable pole there. Can have one there. One... Oh! Oh, missing concrete. Okay. That's a shame. Can't afford. Nah, more concrete is needed. Okay. Not a big problem. We can go down here. Let's see. Crunch! And damage to FICSIT property. What, you mean my legs? Guess we are. I'm going to take more of that because I also want to overhaul the bit at the top to produce the beams, the reinforced beams, which requires concrete, which also means building more, probably making more concrete. I think we can make it locally though. Hang on, let's check for limestone. I think there's some over here. That's 200 there, 200 meters there, 200 odd there, just down there. 100 meters. Oh, is it just over there? It'll probably be just over there. Okay, fair enough. So, trying to fight my way through here. I'm generally going to lose when it comes to heavy machinery, but we'll do our best. Under and over on this one, through the spaghetti junction that is the factory. And from here, we'll place our... we've got one riser there, which looks actually fairly terrible in every way. We'll place that in there, and then one in, say, there. And I think that should be it. So, there to there. And then finally to there. And this just requires... it actually doesn't require a power pole. We could get away without it, but general rule of thumb sort of dictates that we try to connect it up with the same sort of way. That is now going to create motors. We will start production of said motors, which is good, and then we're going to overclock it to 150, which will probably be producing more, or drawing more than we're supplying, but at least it'll work. Yeah, it's requiring 15 a minute. So, we cannot produce 15 a minute. However, we have a backlog. So let's just put it to 150% clock speed. Because we got so many rotors down at the other end, we might as well. We just might as well. We're going to produce more motors. And obviously, there'll be a point where it just won't work. It'll just stop working. But I don't really care. Because at the present time, it's producing what we need. So that is good. Let's go up here. And we'll place a box down. How many motors have I got? Actually, 5. I thought I had a couple more on me. Oh no, I'll put them in the logistics there. Okay, that's fine. Organisation, storage box, and in. Yes, that's an innie. And boom. And there's the lovely shiny motors. And I would love to get you a better shot than that, but I cannot. I like the sort of blue anodized housing they've went with. Very nice indeed. Right, so we got these things. We don't know whether they're single phase, 3 phase, 400 volts, we don't know. Not that it really matters. But there we go, that's now producing. So, what else do we need? Well, as I said, I wanted to get some of these reinforced beams, and I think that's an assembler also. In fact, I know it's an assembler because it says encased industrial beam, and for that you need 16 steel beams a minute and 20 concrete a minute. So in terms of how many of these we are producing, let's just go and take a look. Supply is good, which is fantastic. Probably 15 a minute. Okay, 30 a minute. Oh, sorry, no, we're producing 10 a minute. 10 a minute. Okay, so we're only going to have one of these then. So we'll have just the one. So we'll have an assembler. I'm going to climb up the side here, this cargo container. I'm going to place that in there. That should be aligned, which it does look like that it is. We'll connect that up. We'll set this to the encased industrial beam. So 16 a minute. So we're going to have we're still going to have some in this storage. So if we need this to standard stuff, we know we're not wasting the full thing. And in terms of our supply of concrete, I will scan rather than turn the light on. So we'll go to limestone and ping, and just down there. Okay, perfect. Just down there, which means we can just produce it there and just produce it on site. There's no reason why we have to take it elsewhere. Take it from the other thing, just because it's going to take more stuff up there. Oh, is that a Mercersphere? This is the... there is a set of binoculars in the game. It's called photo mode. You press P and activates photo mode. Then you press middle mouse to hide your HUD. You can use your scroll wheel though to alter the FOV and you zoom right in. Proper cheeky that, isn't it? So it's over there, yeah, that's fine. Okay, there's a Mercersphere over there. They talk to you and they're a bit weird. Anyway, so this is the limestone pure, and that's... I'm hoping that thing... Yeah. Was that or the blimp from Blade Runner? You know, the... Connect with the off-world colonies. Chance to live again, or whatever it is. Yeah. Imagine that going over your head every night. I'd rather not. So, limestone block now deleted. How much concrete did it say it needed? Hang on. Lovely little micro stutter there. Can't beat those. It requires 20 concrete a minute. Okay. And that produces 15 a minute. So we need 2 of those. But I think it's a 1-to-1 ratio, isn't it? For these. Oh, I need a portable miner. Hang on. There's that solutionized. That's a word now. Tier 1. 60 a minute. Is that right then? 60 and 45 a minute. No. So we need to be totally like efficient on it. We need the miners, Mark IIs, which we can afford anyway. 120 a minute. Perfect. Okay, so that'll come along. We'll split that up. You notice I'm not really bothered about how much space we use here. In fact, I should sort of be a bit more organized than that. And the main reason for it is that this is quite a decent place to drive cars through, and I don't want to block it up. So it's a bit tight, but it's okay. So constructors. Can I fit one in here? I cannot. Okay, then what I'll do then, that should be sensible, and place it far left as possible, and then we'll place it to that one. There's no way that's going in, is it? I was going to say that's a little bit too far forward. Oh, we could have used the other side. Ah, that would have worked as well. Okay. Constructor. Let's just... That should be fine. I'm a bit concerned about the grid, actually. Although we should be okay. Can't see it being a huge problem. Unless we connect it up and there's a pting noise and we know that we've definitely overloaded it. Right. Should have a spare power pole there, yeah. So that should be now producing what we need. Turn that to concrete. So that's now producing 30 a minute. And we need to bring that over there. So another merger. We'll merge it closer to there. What am I missing out on? Oh, reinforced plate. Okay, that's fine. No problem. I need to go and pick some more of that up anyway. I also want to pick up the mortars. I want to see how many we've produced. I also want to work out the route as well. So the route for this concrete is probably going to be up across here behind this, up here along this area, and then into that one on the end there, around and up here maybe, and then into there. Yeah, that'd be fine. I'm just going to put them in, by the way, just so we get some production going. We might as well get some production. And oh, that is full. That's all kinds of all over the place, but we're now producing those beams. Right, so let's just see how many mortars we've produced. Obviously, we have overclocked this massively, so it'll be sort of pointless now, yeah. So I'm going to take the overclock off, or at least part of the overclock. I want to make it so it is taking only the right amount of stators. There need to be 15 a minute. Sorry, 12 a minute. That's 13 a minute, so we'll bring that down to 120% overclock. And then that should be a 1-to-1 for the stators. Obviously, we could overclock the stators as well. That's 12 a minute now. That's fine. So that's now exactly where we need it. That is a thing, actually. That is a thing. We could overclock them stators because we've got so much pipe. we do that? Just go absolutely full out on those. There's no reason why we can't at the moment. Obviously the supply is not there to do that long term. Apparently the supply of power is also not there because the entire factory is just turned off. So we will undo what I've just done. Maybe give it just a cheeky overclock. That one, we'll put that back on. We just need the one on that one up to 120. Right. To be fair, we've been doing a massive... That's concerning. That should have turned back off there. Oh, I think I know what it'll be. I think I know what it is. These should all be working. Yeah, they are. And they should have the right amount of coal in it. Hang on, see if I can jump and access that. No, looks like it's not going to happen. Come on! Right, yeah, there's loads of coal there. These are full coal. Just going. I think the problem is down here. Yep, there they are. No biofuel in them. It's not something that I'm massively concerned about because we sort of stopped using these. But yeah, it's a bit dodgy that we have to use them now. Okay, I guess we know what we're doing next, and that's increasing massively our supply of power. While I'm here, take those frames and I'll go and dump them over there as well. I'm quite happy with that there. Also, there's something that I sort of didn't mention but was implied and has been pointed out, I guess. I'm guessing. This here is... It can take much more vertically than what it has there. We can have 2 there and 2 there. And all the gaps are correct, so we can have 3 times what we've got going there now. So that will be useful long term. Also, you can go down. You can swirl it so it goes round and in. It's a bit dodgy. It does look a bit iffy, but you can do it, I believe. Let's just put some of that in there. I don't want to put all of it. We'll go over and sort out the belt. Not in the expanse, so you can't really sort the belt out. They're too rebellious. Let's go across here. It's actually quicker taking the belt than trying to try and run around. It's crazy. Right, so how we're doing for mortars? I didn't check. Mortars, we're doing... Wow, okay, we're doing really good. 80 mortars. Obviously, that'll slow down because we are overclocking it a bit, but still. I'm just worried now, though, that if we've got all of the generators running at full tilt, how are we going to do that? Because I don't know whether or not... I don't know whether or not the coal supply will handle it. I'll have to have a check of that one. Right, so we need to be up there. We need to go up here. Okay. I don't mind it being on the ground. Like, just going up to here, I mean. What I don't want it to do is clip through the ground. Probably not going to have enough as well anyway, so... We'll see. It's going to be close. Oh, it's nowhere near close. Miles off. Can't afford. We can get to... Hang on. No, hang on, it's here. Might be able to save ourselves some belt. Floor is too steep. Go around there. Possible. Curve round a bit. Through all the foliage, but it doesn't matter. Oh crap. I knew what was there as well as I jumped off. Been on the map so long. Take a little bridge across. Oh, we got 14 left. Can't afford, and we need 15. Oh, the game's yanking my chain now. Right, okay, craft bench. Reinforced plate. 1. Done. Connected up. There we are. And that should now be some encased industrial beams. I could overclock it. I don't think I want to. I think that is pretty much fine. Storage container. Make sure we go in. And get the reinforced iron plate. I know I've mentioned it loads, but honestly, the stitch plate's much better because you used copper. And we're now producing some encased industrial beams. So, that has been a very, very decent one, I think. We're now producing all of the tier 3 and 4 end stuff, which is, to my mind, the mortars and the encased beams. Is that right? Yeah, because you get steel, and then obviously you turn that steel into the girders as well as the pipes, and then use that to make the stators, and you've got rotors to the motors, and then you've got it's pretty much as far as we can go with this level of technology. So it means that we can do a couple of things. We've got tier 3 and 4. For tier 3, current milestone is set to Logistics Mark 3, which gives us the Storage Container Mark 2 and the Conveyor Belt Mark 3. We've also got an alternate frame, which is to use, strangely, rotors and reinforced iron plate, but reinforced iron plate we just don't have enough of, so we're not going to do that. Also medical inhaler, because apparently, even though to make the medical inhaler you need loads of the different, like the berries and such, so we're not going to be doing that. So we'll probably go for Logistics Mark 3. It means we can put these motors in and get that, so there is our Mark 3 logistics now.
Milestone reached. Logistics have improved by the means of a container with increased storage capacity and enhanced conveyor belt efficiency.
So there is our Storage Container Mark 2. It is double the size, and basically it's it's just double stack. That's all. We also now have in our logistics a Conveyor Belt Mark 3, which is good because it requires steel beams, and we have a fairly decent amount of that. So next episode we will go ahead and well, actually, it's going to be a power problem because we currently don't have enough, so we need to increase that, and the way we're probably going to do it is by going onto that next shelf, but that requires lots of concrete, which we have, so basically it's a very big job, and someone's going to do it, and it's going to be us. So, next episode, I look forward to that one. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.